What's up, everybody? My name is CoalFire, and welcome back to the Thin Silence. As you can see on the continue button over there, we didn't even make it 15% of the way through the game last time, so as opposed to the first episode, I think I'm going to record for a little bit longer and edit down the episodes a little bit more, so hopefully there'll be a little bit less just like wandering downtime in the episodes, and that way we don't have to have 8 one-hour-long episodes to get through the entire thing. But yeah, let's just get back into it. Okay, so we are right where we left off last time. So I'm thinking we need hook on you, pull you over, and then we can hook the boulder over to the other side. Precisely. Hook, climb up, and we are on our way again. I am really curious about how all of the... Oh, okay. So if that goes down, then we need... Nope, not rope. Yeah, this is why the radial menu would have been really nice, instead of the linear select. Perfect. But I'm really curious where the story is going to end up going, because right now it seems like... How do I walk across this again? X? Perfect. Right now it's dealing with a lot of abstracts, and because of that I can't really piece together what the game is trying to say with the pieces of the book and that kind of stuff, and like who our character is and how they, I guess, relate to, or how they're involved with the doctor that keeps showing up. But I'm curious to see how it all plays out, and I hope this isn't a game that ends up leaving a lot of unanswered questions at the end, with like very vague and open to interpretation kind of stuff. I do hope it is a little bit more concrete in its message. Okay, so Okay, so we're gonna need a boulder to push the spinny bit to power that generator. There we go. Is that one on a timer? Interesting. Okay, are all of these on timers? No. Huh. Oh, this one is. Okay, does that count towards my time? Okay, if I'm standing on it, it's a non-issue. Okay. So since that's down, we need our hook to grab you down to ride up so that we can use the boot to kick you over. Voila. And then we kick the boulder in there again. And up we go. Do 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 do. All right. Oh, cutscene. It's that same sound again. No wonder the wheels are jammed, but it's trying to move. I might be able to climb up the shaft, though. All of this almost reminds me of the shockwave section from Inside? Know what I mean? Oh, come on. Yeah, and I don't think there's any, like, actual select button. You just have to go over it for a second. So since the menu auto-selects for you, changes or like that, it auto-selects, changes order, and it is completely linear like that. I think as we get further and further into the game, it's going to be a bigger and bigger issue that we have so many items and we have to scroll through all of them every single time. So, I wonder if that's something I can do in options. No. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Whoa. It moved. Oh, grapple, not a hook. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna be... If I can get into the shaft, I can still use the elevator. So part of me thinks that... Oh no, it's already there. Oh, come on. Yeah, even just getting back into it this quickly, I think the inventory system is going to be the most prohibitive thing about the gameplay, especially since it's so slow in the first place. But I will try to stop talking about it, because I talked about it in the last episode, but just know that that is very much an issue for me. Okay, what do I need to move this for? Oh, it actually pulls it off. Oh, there we go. That's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know this thing was the elevator. Such a long way down. Okay. How big is this cave? And if we fell down here, how far did we fall? And if that's the case, are we maybe already dead? And just dealing with our echoes, part 2. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Wait. What was that? Oh, what's that? He left his medals. I was just awful to him. Just for trying to help. It shouldn't... It doesn't matter. I thought... I don't know how to even start fixing this. What can you say to someone you hurt so much? I guess finding him is the first step. Alright, bud. On we go, then. Just like a little... Aww. I like how you can look up that much. This is really pretty. Okay, so are we... Yeah, getting back into the puzzles. Alright. I'm curious how the game is gonna start doing all the puzzles now that we're out of the caves with all of the machinery that's it's very good for puzzles. Okay, so it looks like it's already starting to use a lot of the same stuff. Climbing boots? Hook? What are you? Tether? Oh, interesting. We turned off the water wheel. Weird. So then can I power this back up? No, it's already powered. Okay, so that gives us a bridge. But what's going on? Oh, come on. There we go. What's going on up here? Is that just a piece of the book, or is that another item? Considering that this seems like it's out of the way. What have you? Book entry 10? Where is our community? There is no collaboration, only collaborators. We have ignored the early warning signs, and now famine is at the gate. Make no mistake, what I am describing, what you see every day, if you open your eyes... Okay, that worries me. Notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Did we really miss 6 through 9? That really worries me now. Where is our community? There is no collaboration, only collaborators. What wisdom is wise enough to understand this? We eat bitter food and drink poison, standing in the ashes of our ancestors' achievements. Who can give reason to this calamity? Why is the land ruined and laid waste like a wilderness? And yet we call ourselves a free people, every one a king. We have ignored the early warning signs, and now famine is at the gates. We do not understand the nature of collapse. When a complex system fails, it fails with higher order functions first. We have already seen this in the loss of our universities and schools, hospitals and hospices. The pinnacles of civilization are the first to topple, but certainly not the last, when built on unstable foundations. We can prop up the tiled ceilings, but unless the core of the problem is addressed, collapse is inevitable. Make no mistake, what I am describing, what you see every day if you open your eyes, requires nothing less than a complete overhaul of our government and our hearts. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, so many of our scientific achievements are why we are here today, but we live in a world that is full of scientific illiteracy, that people reject truths simply because they don't have the reasoning to understand it. Not because they're stupid, but just because they haven't been taught how to understand these things. Hey you. You're not a registered civilian. You should report to Colonel Hall in the officers' quarters. What? Hall? It can't be. It's the reason, like, the whole anti-vax movement exists, because people who don't understand how to look at information, not that they're stupid people or they don't know how to make decisions, it's that they don't know how to make informed decisions. They don't know how to look at the information that is so readily available, and people are dying from preventable diseases because people have this bullshit idea that other people believe it, so it must be true, and it's killing people. It really is. What's up, guys? I need to see your citizens pass if you want rations dispensed. You look able-bodied. If you enlist, you'll get double rations. Is this society not our present world? Is this like post-collapse of government and society and everything's run militarily now? Oh, you're a friend of the Colonel? I envy you. Most find him stiff and awkward, but none of us would be able to live without him. Okay. Are you person? And if so, were you just sleeping? There's another piece up there. What's up, guys? They've discharged me since I lost the leg. No more fighting. Feels more like I lost a part of myself than the leg does. I miss the bloodshed, the screams, the singing in my veins. Don't give me that look. I know I'm a monster. Still, I can always see my own blood. Jeez, alright. You look like a child. You definitely look like a child compared to everybody else. Please don't be part 11? Oh, a new note, newspaper clipping. The people's new champion inaugurated. Let me put my climbing boots on, but let me see what that was. Newspaper clipping. Newly appointed CEO Edeke Hall Center is sworn in by existing CPO James Gibson. His wife Paul's Nestmark left, son Private Leonard Hall and stepson Corporal Finnan Westmark were present. Okay, hard to tell if that's us. The new Chief People's Officer was sworn in today. Brigadier Zedekiah Hall enters the office following the registration of former CEO James Gibson. CPO Gibson held the position for 14 years, serving the nation with loyalty and distinction. His retirement and nomination of Brigadier Hall as his successor has come as a surprise. The 87-year-old public servant stated he had intended to leave the office for some time. A distinguished and exemplary career both in the armed forces and political sphere, including the pacification of Payet and Sion province uprising, with minimal loss of life. It was during this time that Brigadier Hall first served under Gibson and at the level of major. Gibson's report following the rebellions described Hall as tactically gifted and integral to the operation's success. Hall has worked under Gibson's command since this period. Some allegations, especially from their political rivals, that Hall is unsuitable for the position. Minister of Security and Border Radigan West. It's really hard to read names in this font. Went as far as to call the promotion be put to a chamber vote, unheard of in political history. Radigan stated Hall does not have the strength of character to make the difficult decisions required of this office. Our people should not have their livelihoods in the hands of a coward. Shit. Yeah, well, such is politics nowadays. It's people versus people. They fucking tear each other apart over ideologies. Hey, are you new? Do you need showing around? Maybe. We might just be passing through. Good luck. Paul's really strict with civ movements. Thanks. I'll come find you if I'm sticking around. Wait. If you do get out, can you take a letter for me? It's from my uncle, Baka Rivari. He works at facility M18 to the north. M18? Never heard of it. Sure, but if I see your uncle, I'll give it to him. That's a little video gamey. The fighting has died down for the most part. Both sides too tired to continue, I guess. Yeah, what conflict is going on here? Can I talk to you? Friendo. Looking for Colonel Hall? He's in the big tent over the next hill. Move along. Will do. You remind me of the Minister of Borders. He was taller, though. I wouldn't go in this tent if I were you. We had another meatball surgery last night. Meatball surgery? What does that mean? Oh. Lenark was there from the beginning. Maybe he'll understand. Comrade, how are you? How do you think, Lenark? I have a letter for you. New orders. Well, congratulations, General. I'll see you at the funeral. New orders. I'll look over them later. There's a note here. Email from Dr. Shavi. I hope it's not about her. No. Be strong. I'll read it later. I think I just want to go for a walk. Clear my head. God, this music is gorgeous. He was so happy to see me, bubbling with enthusiasm. Icon, hero, the people's man, the superlatives kept coming. It was like nothing ever happened, nothing had changed, a feeling so inviting and terrifying. I miss having a brother, but the thought of going back is... I can't go back to that. I can't ever go back to that. Jeez. That music, man. It was... I don't know. Somber, but also really heavy. With as many layers as were going on, it honestly kind of felt like it was pressing down on me. The drums in the background made it sound like some kind of march, but everything else going on, like in the, I guess, the foreground of the sound. I probably still have those orders, not that it matters now. Oh, okay. So we can pick up things in the past and just essentially remember that we picked them up. Photo of soldiers. A happy group. For men heading off to fight. I wonder where they are now. Okay, let's look through some of these things that we picked up. Oh, this is Asha's letter. Dear Uncle Baka, I miss you. Mom says you're coming to visit. Mom says we're coming to visit you. And made us leave in the middle of the night. We walked down the cliffs in the dark, and it was so cold and windy. The scarf you gave me blew away, and I lost it. We slept in an old barn. Mum made me stay completely silent. She seemed scared. At dusk, we set out. Walking again, we felt a few people behind. We left a few people behind in the marsh. I hope they're okay. It's dark where we are now, and I'm sick of hiding. I miss my friends and you. I miss feeling normal. I can't wait to see you. Much love, Asha. For as much reading as there is in this, I do wish a lot of it was more, like, simply legible. I get that, especially in a pixel art style, that having all of this look like typeface and look like handwriting, this stuff is generally pretty easy to read, but I mean, I've got this blown up on a 4K screen, and even then, it's still hard for me to, like, make out some of what's going on. And with how much information about the world is in this, making it easier to read would have been, I think, a lot more effective. Dear sir, in recognition of your ongoing contributions to the state, you have been promoted to the rank of 1-star general and the role of Minister of Security and Borders. We congratulate you on your new position. May your debt to our great nation inspire you to discharge your duties faithfully and to the best of your ability. The position of Minister of Security and Borders will include ensuring the regular maintenance of city boundaries and overseeing outer territories. You will be held personally accountable for the competency and loyalty of the state and the city guard and territory police. In the event of a threat to our borders, you will be granted full power to contain and eliminate the threat and to make any measures necessary to protect our great nation. You have our understanding and condolences in this time of loss. Due to the great benevolence of the state, you will have 1 week leave before assuming your new role. You will use this time to make funeral arrangements and to move your personal effects into apartment 384, building 5. Please be at office 31 in the securities complex on the 5th of next month. Congratulations, State Resources Department. Wow, 1 week. Thanks, State. File name, untitled text, terminal, Asium Clinic 03, author, Shavimantha. Okay. My dear friend, I know this is a difficult period for you and I regret my absence. It is hard for me to choose between my two conflicting duties, especially as I am pressed for time. I only pray I have chosen well. I know that words are cheap, but they can help the heart, so I offer what has comforted me. It is difficult to realize, my friend, but it is not the past for which we are longing. We are not bent on nostalgia. These times gone we may idolize and distort until we think of them as perfection. But to recapture is not our true desire. We earnestly hope for it is not some perfect past, but a promising future. When trouble finds you, and it surely will, live by these words. It is not a time before calamity befell us, a history we wish to restore, nor is it a return to things lost. Instead, we reach out for new things, to improve upon past mistakes. We work to achieve an assurance of joy. Suffering did not create our complaints. It merely reveals our faults. We tried to hide them, even from ourselves, but ignorance has failed us. We must find a new strength. Shut out all of your past except that which helps you weather your own tomorrows. I hope this short note has helped erase your present burden. Sincerest regard, Dr. Shavimantha. This correspondence has been processed by officer number 3974. Old photo. Privileged Citizen Pass. To whom it may concern, Ezra Westmark, being the rightful bearer of this document, is and should be considered a privileged citizen under the order authority of Lenark Hall, being a commanding officer of the state military police at the rank echelon Lieutenant E2. Any persons interfering with this individual shall be considered to have interfered with the above state officer and subject to any and all appropriate disciplinary or retributory actions. This order is enacted by the authority of the above stated bearer and is here signed. This document identifies the bearer as a privileged civilian under the Military Guardianship Rights Act S115. All rights granted under this act are available to this civilian until this document is revoked by the issuing officer of a superior officer of the state military. and a picture of the soldiers. Goodness. This is it. Time to move on. Okay. Here we go. Goodbye. New items. Sign. Someone's patched the fence with a road sign. That might be useful. Is that going to be like a little walkway structure for us or something? Rusted up, but I might be able to turn off this pipe. If I can hook something into this hand wheel. Lever. Perfect. Okay. What am I supposed to interact with here? Well, I've got to say, the further that I get into this, the more it feels like the story that this game is trying to tell and the type of gameplay that it has don't really mesh all that well. That being said, I don't know what kind of gameplay would mesh well with this kind of story, but with these two extremely slow-paced pieces of this same puzzle, that being the slow movement speed, the poor ability to select items and switch between them quickly, the somber atmosphere, and the size of the puzzles that we're getting into. All of that mixed with this cutscene-based, non-interactive, all-text, very slow-paced reading has honestly made me lose a lot of interest in what was trying to go on here. And I honestly think that as far as I've been so far, it may have been more effective as a story to make this in a non-interactive medium. Because for me at least, there's a very strong disconnect between the character as the player character and the character as the person they are right now. So I don't really have a lot vested in this world, in the character, in the people that we're interacting with, or the story, because it's all being fed to me so slowly, and with all of this it's a strong word for it, but lack of a better term, filler gameplay that honestly doesn't feel needed. If the game was either strictly a walking simulator entirely based around the narrative that it's trying to tell, I could almost see that being more effective. With, instead of a lot of the stuff being told through documents, it could be told through more interactions, and I want to see how all of this ends, but if it's gonna be another 3 hours of stuff that's this paced, then truthfully, I don't think that amount of time for me is being offset by the amount of curiosity that the game is generating in me. It's a very, very slow game, and because of that, I think, to me, it's lost quite a bit of its impact. And I'm disappointed in myself that I feel that way about this game, because I want to see what happens, but I don't want to keep doing these puzzles, these walking sections. The atmosphere is beautiful, and the music is beautiful, and the art is beautiful, but it's all just so monotonous to me that I don't want to press on anymore. And I'm not going to do that for the sake of videos, because I never want to be playing something that I don't want to be playing for the channel. So oh, this is disappointing. This is really disappointing. I can't keep pushing through all of this vague world information and short character interactions and slow-paced puzzles with this droning music in the background that's just, it's making me sleepy. But this has been The Thin Silence. Thank you so much for watching. My name is CoalFire, and I will see you next time.